Just wanted to remind everyone before I get started today, I am doing a Legend Pass giveaway at 200 subs, and I think I'm about 25 off right now. So yeah, if anyone watching this isn't subscribed yet and you want a free Legend Pass, definitely subscribe and keep an eye out for future videos. I'll be announcing how to enter and the winner in the next week or two probably. I wanted to talk about Everest today. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. I don't have a ton to say. This is just what I personally believe is the best or a most efficient way to run him in 2025. Obviously, we all know his stats are a little bit outdated. He's not the best denier anymore. He's not really a very good attacker. He was never a great attacker, but he was usable as an attacker if you really wanted to. But he's a really good support nowadays. So for this to work, you don't need to have him rank 5. You really only want him like at least rank 2. But ideally, you'd want him rank 5, obviously, just to have a better trait. You want that status caster self-evasion. It can definitely help with his awakening a lot. So the main thing is to have him at least rank 2. You want 3 team speed, ideally mutated with life. And this is the really important thing, is the Adventurer's Essence. So I think Evaris is by far the best Adventurer's Essence holder in the game. So you might be thinking, why is this worth using on him? It says it only revives when all allies are from the Adventurers Guild faction. It doesn't work like that. It revives if the wearer is actually the last monster alive. And just to be clear, I'm sure it does revive all allies if they're all from the Adventurers Guild faction. It's just realistically, when is that going to happen? Because a team of full Adventurers Guild monsters is just not going to be effective. So yeah, Everest is always going to be, or almost always going to be, the last monster alive just due to his insane survivability. So the Adventurer's Essence is just a super easy pick. And then the 3 team speed is obviously just like standard rune setup for a supporter. You're not using him to deal damage. You're not using him as your primary denier. So the 3 team speed is just kind of the obvious choice. So you don't have to fully rely on the Adventurer's Essence. He does obviously have these skills which help him awaken. If you have him at rank 5, that's literally just this skill, this skill, this skill. That's 3 charges, and he's very hard to actually deal damage to unless you have like max or something while he's using those attacks. So you're basically set. If he doesn't happen to awaken and he does die, then you just have the fallback of the Adventurer's Essence. That just basically makes him like a super easy fallback in a war scenario if you're not 100% sure your main strategy is going to work. So if all your monsters happen to die, you immediately get everyone revived, and you have a very solid chance at 3-coining the base again. And I think some people may have arguments that he's got denial skills or he's got attacker type skills, so he should be used for that. I don't really see that as worth it. He doesn't really stand out too much as an attacker. He doesn't really do a ton of damage. He doesn't have anything special as an attacker to really warrant using him as such. And for a denier, you could, if you really wanted to. He does have this one nice denial skill, and I think he has one more. Yeah, this single target one here. I probably wouldn't run that, but yeah, you could use him as a denier. It's just he is getting a little bit old. Using a monster with Historia equivalent stats is probably going to be a little bit tricky. If you want to use them as your main denier, you could definitely do it if you load up your teammates with a ton of team speed, though. So, for example, this is the war we're in right now. Obviously, Everest isn't in any of these restrictions, so I can't really test him out. But imagine we were going to attack this base, and I'm going to put on Everest, I'm going to put on Florian as my denier, and then maybe I put on Kirk as my attacker for Seabook. If any of that goes wrong, say my Florian is killed by the enemy Florian, or maybe by Anmir's death countdown or something, Kirk dies because he's Kirk, he's going to die to everything, then I just have that super great fallback of Everest reviving everyone, and I have a really good chance at 3-coining the base again. Maybe I've got some tortures already applied to everyone, or maybe my win condition was even like Anwir, and I'm just trying to buy out the death countdown. You do have to be careful though, because you don't want all the enemies to die from like a death countdown or tortures before all of your allies are revived by Everest. So it is kind of tricky to time it sometimes. You do have to be careful, but it is honestly a really viable strategy, and I'm surprised I don't see people running Everest like this, because I genuinely think it is like a super underrated war strategy that's like kind of just dummy proof. I honestly think more people should do this. If anyone else actually does this in war, I would really love to know. Please let me know in the comments if anyone else has used this strategy before. I'm very interested to hear it. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. Just wanted to do a short video. I can definitely work on some account reviews soon. I don't know if I'll do that next, but you guys seem interested in watching them, so I'll definitely get on that at some point. And I don't know if you guys want just like 3 video and more videos more often, or if you want me to make them a little bit longer and just do them a little bit less often. But yeah, if anyone's got any opinions on this video, future videos, please let me know down in the comments, and I really appreciate anyone who's watched this far.